Hello, I quickly want to showcase editor components in Unreal Rust. So let's hop into the source code. So here we have a new component called fooComponent and has one field called n, which is a float. And all we had to do to make it an editor component is we added the component derive and gave it a unique ID. And on the right hand side here we have a very simple system that iterates over every entity in the world that has the fooComponent, and we simply print the value n to the console. So let's hop into Unreal. You can see that I have placed 3 characters here of the blueprint class play Rust. And we can edit the parent blueprint. So let's go in there. On the left hand side we have a component, or an actor component, Unreal component. That is called entity component. And if you go look on the right hand side, we have a special category called Rust. If you click this, you can see there's a drop down on and lists all of our components that you have defined inside Rust. And here you can see here's the fooComponent. So you can simply click that and it will add it to a blueprint. So you can see that here it added the fooComponent, which has the field n and the default value of 0. So we can change it to 42. We can compile. And so one of the tricky parts to get this right was that once we add a component to this blueprint, that all of the entity blueprints in the world would also get this component. So if we click on this player here, you can see that if we inspect the components of this, you can see it also has the fooComponent of 42. And of course, if we change this value here, it will also change in these already placed blueprint players. Another thing I implemented, because a little bit tricky, is hot reloading of editor components. So we can add a new field here. Let's add it as a class, and let's do a uClass instead. So now you can see that if we go into the blueprint again, that there is now a new field called class. And we can set any kind of actor that we have in the project here. And we can hit compile and save, and again, they all get a new field as well, and with the correct value set. And of course, if we now hit play, because they have the fooComponent, they all print the value 100 to the console. And yeah, and there's updates like we would expect. So we can change to 42, and we can play, and the switch print 42. So one tricky thing that I have not implemented, or I'm not sure yet how to implement, is hot reloading, how hot reloading should work exactly. For example, if we were to remove this class here, I'm not sure we should exactly remove it directly on hot reload. So you can see that even though we have actually removed this class in code and hot reload inside Unreal, we still have this this class field left. And this is because I'm not sure, like if you were to just write code and you could accidentally delete the class and hit save, I don't necessarily want to delete the actual value of all of the blueprints with this this class, right? Here we had set it to house. Maybe that was super important because maybe we spawn a house. And now if I would have to remove this field, none of the entities in the world would have this house class in their field set, right? So, and then if you add it again, it would be none, right? So I don't necessarily want to delete fields every time we want to hot reload. So I need to figure out how exactly we want to do that. And the same is actually true for if we add, if we add a new class. Let's do a sound here instead. Let's do sound. So I also don't necessarily want to add this to all the components once you add a class in code, because that you might just add too many fields to all your classes. If you add sound now and you go to add a component, you can see we have sound, but now if we when writing code, we decided actually we don't want any of them. Now they would still be set in the editor right? So I need to figure out when exactly we do want to make breaking changes. I don't think it should be automatic in the background for you, and you have to do opt-in explicitly to it. But yeah, so far that seems to work quite nicely. And yeah, I think that's it.